The other big part, I guess, from the first episode is that diner sequence you were saying, right? That's the first episode.
Yeah.
So it's been in the trailers. Wilson's back. He's running for mayor at the end of the first episode. Again, we're talking spoilers. He wins. He becomes the mayor of New York, which is crazy in and of itself. But that scene I loved, just the tension between the two of them. I'm curious what you guys thought about the rest of that episode and kind of the political aspirations now that are happening with Wilson and how that's going to play into the show in general.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the writing within that dinner sequence or diner sequence. I'm reading a lot of Shakespeare right now, and it reminded me honestly of a lot of the dialogue Shakespeare has. And I love how at the beginning of the conversation, I rewatched it actually before coming here, that very specific scene. And
Probably my favorite scene in the first 3 episodes.
oh yeah, it's really strong.
Yeah.
And they start off very friendly. They're like, it's like almost like isolated that scene, take it out, just watch that scene and nothing that comes before and after. You would think they're friends at the beginning of that sequence. And then it evolves and they're kind of like, he even says that line, I don't want to, I don't want to spar with you, Matt. Right? But to us, they're literally talking about punching each other. But in a sense, it's also meaning that they don't want to spar within their verbal exchanges.
Yeah.
But they end up stepping on each other's toes to the point where at the end of it, they get furious at each other. And I think it's Matt that says, I forget. There was a metaphor to like the inner animal, right? The darker half that Fisk says.
Yeah.
It was really tight. It was a very tight sequence. It was probably the best sequence in episode 1 and my favorite.
Yeah, the line that you were saying where I think the line is, I wonder if your darker half would agree. And it's a really great line because it's really alluding to, I think, what Matt doesn't want is that once that mask comes on, he lets the devil out and he lets that animal out, which has always been a great conflict of the character of Daredevil, which has been touched on in a lot of other superheroes. Batman obviously has a similar like no killing rule, but I think Matt's faith is a really great conflict with that.